Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about operator overloading. So we will be discussing what does it mean to overload an operator, what operator overloading is, and how it makes programs more readable and programming more convenient. To redefine overload operators to work with objects of user-defined class. The difference between overloading unary and binary operators. To convert objects from one class to another class. When to and when not to overload the operators. To use overloaded operators and other member functions of standard library class string. To use keyword explicit to prevent the compiler from using single argument constructor to perform implicit conversion. So in total operator overloading, we are going to study all these things. So first of all, we should understand the meaning of operator overloading. So if you remember, we studied something called function overloading. So in function overloading, what we did, we write the function with same name but for different type of variables. So functions were performing different things, but the name of functions was same. Similarly, can we use some operators? Operators are like plus, minus, multiplication, division, shorthand operator, increment operator, decrement operator, array subscript, new and delete operator, and many more operators we have in C++. So can we use these operators with a different different data types? So yes, answer is yes. So where the problem lies? Problem says, for example, let's say if I have two variables. Let's say I have two integer variables x and y, and let's say x is something equal to 2 and y is something equal to 3, and I want to add x and y. So I can directly write cout x plus y. That's it. Okay. Now for example, let's say we have a class, and let's say class name is 1, and this class has two private members. Let's say x and y. Okay, they will have some value. Can we add x and y like this? Let's say we have two objects inside main. Let's say we have two objects of this class. Let's say we have two objects of this class, 1 O1 comma O2. So can I write O1 plus O2? Can I add two objects? Answer is no. However, we say that we are defining a class type that behaves like built-in data type. We are writing a user-defined type that is known as class, and this user-defined type will behave like a built-in data type. For example, we can create variables of class type, like we can create variables of integer types, we can create variables of float types. So what we want to do, whenever whatever operations, whatever operator we can apply for the built-in data types, the same operators we want to apply for objects also. So for that purpose, we use overloading, operator overloading. First thing is that the purpose of operator overloading. For example, we have stream insertion operator. We have arithmetic and multiplication operator. For example, let's say I can simply write cout. Let's say we have an int x. I can simply write cout x, and if x is equal to 5, it is going to print 5. But if I have an object of class 1, I cannot write cout2. What I can write, I have to write a function display to represent the value of object, and then I will write o dot display. But I want to do like this. So it means now I have to overload this operator. I have to define this operator for object. So this is called operator overloading. Just a minute. So we have some rules for operator overloading. First thing is that only existing operators can be overloaded. You cannot create a new operator with some symbol. The operators which we already have, only those operators can be overloaded. We cannot create our new operators. The overloaded operators must have at least one operand that is of user defined type, means one operand of type object. You cannot overload operator for built-in types. We can overload operator only for user defined type. We cannot change the basic meaning of operator. Addition plus operator will always be used for plus, but we cannot redefine the plus operator. Simply what we can do, we can overload it for user defined type. Overloaded operators follow the syntax rules of original operator. Syntax rules means, for example, plus is a binary operator, so it will always be a binary operator. Shorthand is a unary operator, that will always be a unary operator. Increment is a unary operator, that will always be a unary operator. There are some operators that cannot be overloaded at all. Some operators, 3-4 operators are in C++ that cannot be overloaded for all. We cannot use a friend function to overload certain operators. However, member function can be used to overload them. For some operators, we cannot write friend function. Actually, for overloading, we have to write a function that is called operator function. So either we can write a member function or we can write operator as a friend function. But for some operators, friend function is not permitted. For some operator, member function is not permitted. When using binary operators overloaded through a member function, the left hand operator must be an object. Whenever we are writing binary operator, the left hand operand should always be a object. Binary arithmetic operators such as plus, minus, multiplication, division must explicitly return a value, the answer. They must not attempt to change their own argument. They should not change their argument. They should return a value. These are the operators that cannot be overloaded. First one is dot operator. Dot operator means membership operator. Asterisk, not multiplication, asterisk, pointer to member operator. It cannot be overloaded. Scope resolution operator cannot be overloaded. Conditional operator cannot be overloaded. Then these are 4 operators where a friend function cannot be used. For these operators, we always have to write a member function. Assignment operator, function call operator, array subscript operator, and class member operator. So fundamental rules of operator overloading is, can use existing operators with user defined type. It cannot create a new operator. Create a function for the class. Name of the function is operator function. Keyword operator followed by the symbol. So for example, we have to write an operator function. So what we will write? Return type, let's say void. Then this operator is a keyword operator, and then argument list, and this operator keyword should be followed by the operator. For example, you want to overload plus operator, so plus. And now we will define it. We can write our argument list, which we will be discussing later, that what can be. This is the syntax: return type, keyword operator, then symbol of operator, this is a keyword, then symbol of operator, and then argument list. So the plus operator should be overloaded to perform addition or subtraction. Now using operator on a class, it must be overloaded for that class. So it is, we have discussed actually these things. Now the process of overloading. So first of all, create a class that defines the data type that is to be used in overloading operation. Declare the operator function operator in the public part of the class, because it can access the private members. It may be either a member function or a friend function. Define the operator function to implement the required operation. So operator function must be either a member function, non-static, or friend function. A basic difference between them is that friend function will have only one argument for unary operator and 2 for binary operator, while a member function has no argument for unary operator and only 1 for binary operator. This is because the object used to invoke the member function is passed implicitly and therefore is available for member function. This is not the case with friend function, because friend function need one argument, that should be the object. Argument may be passed either by value or by reference. So in this video we will be discussing unary operator overloading, that is minus operator, and what that operator do. For example, something, let's say we have x is equal to 5, and if I write cout minus x, it is going to give us minus 5. So similarly we can do it for an object also. So in this video we will be doing unary operator overloading, and that is unary minus operator overloading, and after that we will be discussing about insertion and extraction operator overloading. Let's say we have one variable, we have two integer variable. For example, we have one variable x that is equal to 5, and we have another variable y that is equal to 6. If we want to add them, simply we can write cout x plus y. No problem, it is going to give us 11. Let's check it now. It is going to give us 11. Yes, run it and just check the result. And the result will be 11. What type of error it is? Oh, sorry, I need not to put it here again. Oh, okay, now when we will run it, it is going to give us 11. See, this is the result. This is 11. X plus y, 6 plus 5 is equal to 11. But for example, we have a class. Let's say my class name is item. Okay, and then let's say this class has two private members. For example, here my class is having two private members. Both are, let's say, float type, float x and float y. And then let's say class is having some public functions. One constructor, let's say constructor is parameterized constructor. It is some float a comma float b, and then I will assign b to a to x and b to y. This is my class. And then let's say we have some, just cross it, let's say we have some display function inside this class. This function will just show the value of x and y. For example, cout x, then next line, and then cout y, and then next line. Fine. Now let's say I write two objects for this class. I write two objects for this class, item, object 1 comma object 2. If I want to apply this addition operator, just because it is a parameterized constructor, so I need to declare something here for one object and then for second object, 2.3 comma 8.5. Okay, let's say these are my two objects. But if I want to use this plus operator for these two objects, for example, if I want to add two objects, because objects are also variable of class type, we can say that these are variables of user defined type. So if I want to write this, I am not able to write this. I am not able to add these two objects. Here you can clearly see that this is an error. So this is the main purpose of operator overloading. If we want that objects or user defined variable will work as built-in type, like here I am able to add two objects, or I am able to perform any operation on two objects, then we can say that we can do only with the help of operator overloading. So this is the main purpose of operator overloading. Okay, now we will check how we can do operator overloading. It can be done with the help of a special function that is called operator function. The function name is operator function. Operator overloading is done with the help of a special function, that is a operator function. How to write operator function? This function can be of both type. This function can be of both type. This function can be member function, and this function can be friend function, or this function can be global function also. If it is a global function, then it is necessary to be this function as friend function. Otherwise it is not able to access private member of class. So we write operator function. It may be a member function, it can be a member function, it can be a global function. Sum operator, but it is a limited thing. We cannot overload sum operator. There are 3-4 operators which cannot be overloaded. So first we will check how to write a function. For example, I need to write operator function for this unary minus operator. What this operator will do? If something is positive, it is going to make that thing negative. For example, then I will write it. First I will write return type of that function. Then I will write keyword operator. This operator is a keyword. The symbol of operator, let's say unary minus. Then parameter, list of parameter if there is something, and then I will write the operation. Now this function is a member function. This is member function. So I will write it here. It is a member function. Now here I can write x will be equals to minus x and y will be equals to minus y with the help of this overloaded function. Now this is done. Operator overloading is done. Now when I will write object here, let's say my object is item and my object name is object1, and I need to give two parameters, let's say 5.5 and 10.5 values of x and y. And when now here I am able to write minus object1. When I write minus object1, and let's say before that I will display object1 dot display, and here when I write minus object1, then I can write display after that also. Just cut it. I will just cut it. Sorry. I will just copy it and I will just paste it. Now let's check. Before using the operator minus object1, see, initially the values are 5.5 and 10.5. But when I write minus in front of the object name, then it negate both the variables, minus 5.5 and minus 10.5. This is not possible without this operator function. If I make this operator function as comment, it will give us an error. We cannot do it directly with an object. So for this purpose, we need to overload the object. Now let's say uncomment it. It will work fine. Now let's say I give something in negative. Then it will print it in positive. Like for example, here the values are minus 5.5 and 10.5. And then we will display it, we will use minus operator function. It will be 5.5 and minus 10.5. For the same operator, we can write friend function also. Now here I can write friend void operator. But then just because this function is not the member of class, it cannot access private members directly. So here we need to take one object as parameter. Let's say item I. And here we will write I dot x will be minus I dot x and I dot y will be minus I dot y, because this friend function is not the member of class. So when you are overloading a unary operator, in case of friend function you need one object as parameter. In case of member function, you need not any object as parameter. This is the basic rule for overloading any unary operator. If you are overloading is with the help of friend function. If you are overloading it with the help of friend function, then you need one object as parameter. And if you are overloading it with the help of member function, operator function or member function, you don't need any object as parameter. That's all about operator overloading, basics of operator overloading. In the next video, we will discuss about some other operators, how to overload other unary operators, like how to overload increment decrement operator, how to overload shorthand operator. This we will discuss in other video. Thanks